you dummy. Too wide. Miss Amanda? What's up, Patreon? I'm out here at the Airborn Disc Golf Preserve getting ready for this week's tournament. I got the next Pro Tour event after the Dynamic Discs Open, and I'm out here practicing, so I'm just wanting to let you guys in on some of my practice routines and some ways I dial in for a tournament. So you'll see me, I'll talk to you guys, let you know, show you the shots, show you how I dissect a hole, and get all my reps in for practicing out here the day before the tournament. So the first hole, it's hole 2. I'm going to be throwing a couple shots. I'm just working on the angle. I'll throw probably 2 or 3 shots. That's my routine. I like to throw 2 or 3 shots. If I'm practicing by myself, I get the best practice. So 2 or 3 shots, just line up the angle and really just get that muscle memory going for my last practice round before the tournament starts tomorrow. So. Got through, but I'm gonna try and hit the gap a little better this time. There we go, that's better. So I've landed by my worst drive, which is actually my first drive. So if I throw 2 or 3 or 4 drives on a hole, I'll automatically go to the worst spot, so I kind of know that's the worst case scenario, and I get some reps in from that spot. Obviously, if I park it, I'm not going to practice tap-ins. I want to go to spots where I may land, have a tricky putt or something, and just get dialed in with the reps, maybe a little bit uncomfortable, so that way when the tournament comes, if I land here, I know how far it is, the distance, if it's a raised basket on a hill or something, you're just dialing all the variables of the basket that you can really feel comfortable and build some positive muscle memory going into a tournament. All right, on to the next hole. It's like a right around 350 to 400 foot fairway driver shot. I like to practice fairway drivers, mid ranges, maybe a sidearm. That way I know how this hole plays in different winds, because I may pull out a sidearm versus a backhand in a different wind situation. So I like to make sure that I throw all the different shots, so that way I'm not surprised when I get to the tournament and I feel comfortable no matter what shot I'm throwing. So we'll throw a couple shots and attack this hole a couple different ways. So the first shot I'm gonna throw is a rock. I'm just gonna probably power up on that. Like I said, I think it's, yeah. Oh, it's 426, a little bit longer than I thought, so I'm gonna have to power up on the rock, see how it lands up on the green, see what kind of action we got, and see if that's a shot I might go with in the tournament. And like I said, if there's a little bit of a tailwind and I, say I feel comfortable throwing my rocks 400, and there's a little bit of a tailwind, the extra 30 feet may be the tailwind carrying me towards the basket. So that's something I'm keeping in mind. So, looks like I'm up on the green a little short. I slipped on the tee. Now I'm going to try a fairway driver. I'm going to try a T-bird. A little bit less speed than the rock. I feel that pretty hard because it's a mid-range. So I'm going to throw the T-bird a little bit softer, a little bit more distance control. Not really trying to rip it because I'll go past the basket. So try and work on my distance control here and land flat up there by the green. So it's landed flat, it's gonna skip hopefully up. Yeah. So right now it looks like it's kind of between a fairway and a soft fairway and a hard rock. And I'll try one more shot, I'll try a sidearm. Sidearm's probably not the play I would really use, depending unless there's a really good right to left pushing wind. So as you saw, the sidearm skipped a little bit farther right than I wanted, so I like coming in with the softer, not so fast of a disc. That was a destroyer, that's why it skipped so much. I like coming in with the T-bird and rock. One of those are going to be my shot for the weekend. So the rock landed like 20 feet away. This looks like it's going to be my shot, so I can feel pretty comfortable that the rock is going to get me inside the circle and some at it. You have it. Next hole is Annie par 4. This is one that kind of dog legs right, just kind of, you want your disc to go out and just hold a slow turn and land flat down the fairway. OB a little left, so I'm just going to throw pretty much one shot and just dial in that shot. There's not really multiple shots on this hole. it's a forced ante. That's out the gap. Should be a pretty good landing zone to throw a second shot into the green. Try one more. Throw this one a little higher. Maybe I'll try to get some more distance. Yeah, that was a little better. Glided out at the end. Good. So now it brings us to the upshot. When I look at the basket, I see three different lines. I see the outside left with a pig, maybe an over-the-top hyzer, and a straight-at-it putter shot. So I'm going to practice all three of those, and depending on the wind, I'll feel ready when the tournament comes for no matter what shot I need to throw. So let's start off with a pig shot. I'd skip right up down by the bucket. Now we'll try the up the middle, right at it shot. The standstill ABR. Happy with that as well. Now we'll try a little soft over the top Firebird just to take all the trees out of play. Do a standstill Firebird. That also looked great. I think those are all inside 15, 20 feet. Let's check it out. So I threw all three upshots totally different, and you can see they're all pretty close to the basket. Now I know what shot I need to throw and how it's going to land on the green.
I heard some of those Halo
They're
stories
insane.
are ridiculous.
So this hole's a par 4. I think it's like 800. How far is this hole, Jake?
Like 1,000 feet.
Yeah, so it's pretty far up there. It's like 900 to 1,000 feet. It's a par 4. I threw a little bit left on this fairway because it's a dogleg right, but if you go a little left, like as you see I'm over here, the right-hand side's a little more open, so you can get a little bit more of a hyzer angle. And if you go farther right, it's a little bit more of a cutoff, touchy ante. So I'm over here on the left side, and I'm just practicing some fairway driver shots. Into the green, we have a little backstop, so there's an upslope behind the basket, so that's stuff I'm paying attention to. I know I can go deep, and it's not going to skip. It's just going to hit the backstop and drop right about 20, 25 feet long. So I'm really making sure I get it up there by the basket and use that backstop to my advantage. So let's see how it goes here. That was an eagle. I hope that I skip up there. Yeah. I didn't throw it into the backstop, so I threw it a little short. I'm gonna throw one more into try and throw this one a little deep so you guys can see what I'm talking about as far as the disc stopping and not skipping past the basket too much. So this one I'll throw it boss. I'm just gonna throw it soft. Try and get up there. I think we're probably about 430, 440 out. So I'm gonna try and throw it deep, hit that backstop. So yeah, see how that was perfect. Hit that backstop, didn't skip, and that's what I'm looking for. Like I said, I threw a driver just so I know it's gonna hit that upslope and stop. So that's all variables I'm thinking about when I dissect a hole like this. So this one I didn't throw it into the backstop like that second one I did. You guys can see I threw that into the backstop and it stopped. This one I was a little short, but I was definitely still cautious of being able to hit that and sit. So we got the 3 on the par 4, and that's how you play hole 5 with the preserve. Hole 6 out here, preserve. It's 415 feet, par 3. Got a lake short, so really I'm just focused on throwing high and obviously getting over the water and trying to get in the wood chips in that edge of that tree line up there. So I'm starting it off at this overhanging tree here with hyzer and kind of just fading in front of it, getting up there under the green. Skip in. Oh, right in the wood chips. All right, out here on hole 7 now at the preserve. This one's a tricky little 290-foot par 3. We got a little bit of a false front hill in front of the basket. So I'm trying to throw a low speed Firebird into that hill and just kind of skip it, but not get too much of a flare skip, just kind of trickle it over the hill onto a hanging basket green. So should be a fun green to putt at. Oh, you dummy, too wide. So I threw my Firebird, got stopped up on the hill a little bit more than I wanted. Left with about a downhill 40-footer onto this sweet basket. There you go. Birdie on the raised bucket. On to hole 8 for the practice round. This hole is a par 5, 1,100 feet. Dogleg pretty hard to the right, so I'm going to be throwing a late flip destroyer, trying to land down there into the landing zone, and then see if I can't get a look for a 3 or an easy 4. Oh, you didn't turn it. That's so bad. Hit that.
You're in bounds.
Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be a hard. I'm gonna try roller.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna throw an inside roller on this shot to the right side of that tree and just kind of try and glide it and land it straight and have the roller just carry as far as possible. See how it works. I didn't stand it up, but. Short?
Yep.
Yeah, I can slip. Pick me up. That's how you for it. All right, now to hole 9. Straight up the hill, 400, 380, probably plays about 400 with the uphill bunkers on the right. So I'm just gonna try and throw it a little bit right of the basket, land in those bunkers, and putt up to the basket. So that's kind of my strategy on this hole. Yeah, perfect. It's just what I wanted. Right in the bunkers, probably about 20 feet, putting up with no death putt. All right, so you guys can see how close this bunker is. The bunkers are safe this week, so I'm definitely looking to throw into them on certain holes like this where I'm in the bunker and pretty much have a tap in. So that's my game plan on this hole, throw it in the bunker and take the death putt. If you throw on the green and putt this way, you kind of have a death putt. So I just take the death putt out of play and just make life easy. Throw it in the bunker, make the putt. Oh boy.
Oh my goodness. Give him that one.
Holy crap, that was a shank. First shot through destroyer down the middle. Now we got a pretty simple AVR approach shot. Not too much to this hole. Pretty simple. I don't need to throw too many shots. So throw the AVR up by there, by the bucket. Yes. Oh, too low again. Dang it.
That's parked.
Yeah, hyzer.
Is that Firebird?
Monster.
Is that really what you're gonna just throw a driver just low like that?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm not going to go hard.
like being there.
All right, out here, hole 16. It's 378 feet on the mound. I'm trying to throw it a little bit right of the hill, skip up onto the hill. I'm not trying to air it on the hill. You'll get a lot of rolls if you hit the hill on the fly. So I'm trying to hit right of the hill, skip into it, and play for about a 20-footer.
I'll throw it in. I ain't scared. Okay. Leave it open.
Oh wow, you can definitely beat that. That is so short. I can make it again here.
He goes, I can make it again.
Oh, no, or not.
Ooh, I want to put that green one on the switch. That's like,
That's gonna be safe, but don't hit the. Oh God! Hopefully that gets over the freaking water. Sand's kind of awkward to putt from too, huh?
yes, it is. It doesn't let you push. Go, man.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed the final day of practice here at the Airborn Disc Golf Preserve. Tomorrow starts the live coverage, so stay tuned. Be sure to follow me, and thanks again for watching the video. Be sure to like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more action.